Welcome to another Tax Talker. Thanks for clicking. I really do appreciate it. Today, I have an important update for you workers that receive tips or work overtime. On August 7th, the IRS announced that there will be no change to the payroll forms for this year, including Form W-4, the W-2s, the 1099s, the payroll deposit forms. What this means for you is that there'll be no change to the amount of income tax withholded from your paychecks based on whether you're receiving tips or whether you're working overtime. The One Big Beautiful Bill created big deductions for tips and overtime, and these were retroactive to 1/1/25. You already have, now we're going on 8 months of the year where we've been withholding as normal, even though when you file your 2025 return, you could have big deductions if you qualify on tips and overtime. So without any changes to the W-4, things will carry on as normal. Employers have no mechanism to change your withholding for you on your behalf. But of course, when you file your tax return in the spring, you get all the money you're entitled to, regardless of how much was withheld. If you qualified, you will get that money back as a much larger refund in the spring of 2025. And they do expect changes for 2026 to roll out. Now, you can refer back to some of my other videos on this stuff, but as a quick refresher, for tip income, it's up to $25,000 in tax-exempt income, meaning no income tax is assessed on up to $25,000. That's regardless of your filing status, single or married. Where filing status does matter is the income phase-outs. There's no phase-outs. You get the full amount of exemption up to $25,000 if your income single is under $150,000 or married $300,000. And if you're over those amounts, it's a gradual phase-out, so you're still going to get some significant benefit. And I did a whole video and have a Google spreadsheet that you can download and manipulate yourself on estimating how much money is. That is linked in the show notes. It's very similar for overtime. It's up to $12,500 single or $25,000 married filing joint. So filing status matters on the maximum benefit. And then it's those same phase outs, the same slow phase out. So $150,000 single, $300,000 married filing joint. Again, check out the links in the description if you want to estimate that amount. But here's the catch. This is what we started with today. The W-4 is not changing. So you're still having income tax withheld on the full amount of income reported. And that's going to continue till year end, even though if you're under those income phase outs, a lot of your tip income up to $25,000 or all your overtime up to $12,500 single, $25,000 married, that's exempt from income tax. So your options, you could wait until February, file for your refund, and get just a very large refund, but you can take steps now to get some of that money back. You can go ahead and request from your HR, your payroll department, a Form W-4. There's no limit to how many of these you can fill out and submit. Just as soon as you fill out a new one, that's the one that will supersede the old one. The employer is required to have a W-4 on file for all employees. They don't really care how you fill it out as long as you fill it out and sign it. That covers them if the IRS were to come and say, hey, you're not withholding on your employees. No, I got the W-4. This says how much I should withhold on them. For most taxpayers, there's not much to this form anymore. You're just filling out the top, step one, put in your filing status, whether you're single, head of household, married filing jointly, and then you're signing it at the bottom. Easy step you can take that doesn't require reading all the instructions on the W-4 is just go to that line 4B. For other deductions. This is meant as a catch-all if you wanted to put in extra itemized deductions or an IRA deduction or your student loan interest. That's what the instructions will tell you. But here we have a whole new deduction that's been created out of whole cloth in the July tax bill. If you expect to make tip income of $10,000, go ahead and put that amount in that box. That will reduce the total taxable income that your employer is doing. That's a behind-the-scenes calculation they do based on how you fill out your W-4, and it's going to reduce the amount withheld on your paycheck. You can do the same thing for overtime. And keep in mind, you've already been over withholding for 8 months of the year now. So just ramp that deduction up to get some more money in your pocket. You're probably still looking at a nice refund. But if you want to get precise, go ahead and check out a few videos ago. Again, that's linked in the description. It'll help you calculate the refund you can anticipate. And by filling out this box, it's not a matter of getting it exact, it's just a matter of getting a little bit more money in your pocket over the next few months. And as said at the top, this does not change how much overall income tax you're subject to or going to get back. The tax return is just a reconciliation process. What did your income end up being? What did you pay in? Here's the amount you owe, or here's your refund. We're just reducing the amount you're paying in now, so you don't have to wait 6-7 months to get that refund. That's the Tax Talker for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Love to get a question. Hey, don't know if you've noticed, this is a pretty small channel. If you leave a comment, I will be able to address it, whether in the comments or if it's a little more advanced, maybe we'll do a whole video on it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.